Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahshua, Harachakodash, double honors to apostles of Great Millstone, and salutations to the elect, which you ought to be. Now, it's your brother Hawaii from GMS Chicago. Got a quick little lesson for you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians, and Israelites who better shame but looking like heathens, who still bear witness that they're a child of Heavenly Father. In the name of the Heavenly Father, is Yahweh, who the world inly calls Jehovah God. In the name of the Heavenly Son, is Yahweh Shai, who the world inly calls Jesus Christ, or Jesus Christos, or Yeshua, Yeshaya, Yahweh. And pretty much it's going to be a quick lesson. Any other precepts come out, you already know it's the Holy Spirit. And it's going into the fact that, it could be certain situation stuff where, you got real, you actually sincere curiosity and stuff. You're actually going to wonder about this, that, and the third and stuff. It might be the time and the moment. It might happen before or happen often or happen frequent or barely happen and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And you just want to make sure or say that, say if there's a situation and stuff where, say if it's a situation where you suffering wrongfully or something, misunderstanding and stuff, somebody looked at it a certain type of way, maybe somebody thought it was your ego, or whatever it was. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it's not always going to be a chastisement and stuff, No, actually, Slacky, it can be, because when it says in Job 4:7, it says, whoever perished being innocent, you know what I'm saying? Right? So a lot of things that do happen and stuff, even when it come down to suffering wrongfully and whatnot, really all it be is it be a small little chastisement that the Lord gives us and stuff for what we done in our past lives. But then at the same time, it's a test for our present life, and really that's what it is a test. How you gonna handle it? Say you're gonna come to you this way. I'm gonna present this time. I'm gonna present this specific time, and you're gonna feel this way or that way and whatnot and stuff. But I want to see what you're gonna do. You know what I'm saying, right? So I'm gonna read this in Job, the first chapter. It says Job 1:1. It says there was a man in the land of Uz. It says whose name was Job. And Job's name actually is Ayawab. It's the Ada Yada Wa Naba Ayawab, which means hated, that is persecuted, right? And then what it says that the patriarch famous for his patience, right? Because he was being tried, but all of it was a test. It says, and that man was perfect and upright, and one that feared the Most High, and escheweth evil. And when you go into that word escheweth, it's the word sawar. It's the sadawa nara sawar. It means to turn off. It says decline, depart, eschew, go aside, lay away by, lay away, leave, rebel, remove, rebel evil, remove evil, revolt evil, be sour towards evil, withdraw from evil, be without evil. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says in verse 2, it says, and there were born unto him 7 sons and 3 daughters. It says his substance also was 7,000 sheep and 3,000 camels and 500 yoke of oxen and 500 she asses and meaning female donkeys. It says and a very great household. It says so that this man was the greatest of all the men of the east, so he was rich. Verse 4, it says, and his sons went and feasted in their houses every one of his days. It says, and sent and called for their 3 sisters to eat and to drink with them. It says, and it was so when the days of their feasting were gone about, that Job sent and sanctified them, and rose up early in the morning, and offered burnt offerings according to the number of them all. For Job said, it may be that my sons have sinned and cursed the Most High, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, in their hearts. Thus did Job continually, because remember, they was rich, and when ain't nothing wrong with having money and whatnot and stuff, but then if you don't having in mind and stuff, you know what I'm saying, or you're not acknowledging the Lord and stuff, that the Lord is the one who's doing this and stuff, you know what I'm saying, you know, you can become prideful and stuff where you start finding yourself coming against the Lord, you know what I'm saying, you know, right? So it says, so like it says, verse 4, so like, yeah. Verse 6, it says now there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord Yahweh, and Satan came also among them. So guess what? When it come down to the angels, you know what I'm saying, the ones who drive the UFOs, which you people call UFOs and flying saucers, which are really the chariots of the Lord. The thing is that those are the sons of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? Satan is also an angel, and it's also a son of the Heavenly Father. You know what I'm saying? But he's a celestial being. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is that he's an angel too, and his job is to deceive and persuade. That's his job. So what he does is actually righteous because he's following the orders of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Right? And it says, verse 7, it says, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? It says, then Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says, verse 8, it says, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and an upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil. You know what I'm saying? We already went into what the word escheweth mean, right? So the Lord called him a perfect man, right? Verse 9, it says, then Satan answered the Lord and said, doeth Job fear the Most High for naught? It says, has not thou made an hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? It says, thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and his substance is increased in the land, right? Because it's, how rich he was, right? It says, verse 11, it says, but put forth thy hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. Right? So Satan was like, hey, if you do this and do that, then guess what? He gonna sit up here, he gonna curse you, he gonna blaspheme your name and whatnot and stuff, he ain't gonna even wanna follow you no more and stuff, right? And it says verse 12. It says, and the Lord Yahweh said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thy hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. It said, and it also shows that the Lord controls Satan. You know what I'm saying? Orders Satan. That Satan is not no underworld demon, you know what I'm saying, who has has the same title power as the Heavenly Father Yahweh. You know what I'm saying? Because remember, the Heavenly Father is known as Father of Spirits. You know what I'm saying? So that means that he controls Satan, right? Is in verse 13, it says, and there was a day when his sons and his daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. It says, and there came a messenger unto Job and said, the oxen were plowing and the asses feeding besides them. It says, and the Sabians fell upon them and took them away. Yea, they have slain the servants with the edge of the sword. It says, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. You know what I'm saying? So this also shows that that Satan also controls not controls, but he persuades people's spirits. You know what I'm saying? Because when it comes down to it and stuff, them Sabians was doing whatever it was and whatnot and stuff, but until Satan was trying to prove that Job was gonna go off against the Lord, blaspheme the Lord and whatnot, if certain things happening to him, this is what happened, right? So it says verse 16, it says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the fire of the Most High is fallen from heaven and had burnt up the sheep and the servants and consumed them, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. It says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, the Chaldeans made out 3 bands and fell upon the camels and have carried them away, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. So look, all these different things and stuff was the work of Satan. You know, Satan was doing this thing. Satan, because the word Satan goes into the Hebrew word shaitan, the shadatan, shaitan, which means adversary. And what he was doing, he was being an adversary against Job. It was Satan that was hopping on these people, you know what I'm saying, to do these things and whatnot, you know, right? So it says, and that's why the scripture says in Ephesians 6, the 6th chapter and stuff, that we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Let me grab it. Let me see. Right? Let me grab it right quick. This is Ephesians 6 and 12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world. It says against spiritual wickedness in high places, right? So we're not actually going people and stuff. We're going against the demons that persuade them to do fucked up shit. You know what I'm saying? You know. And when it came down to Job, it was Satan who was controlling these people and stuff, you know what I'm saying, to do these wrongful things against Job. You know what I'm saying? You know, it was Satan. You know, well, what was it ultimately? It was a test. You know, Satan was sitting up here, Job gonna do this, Job gonna do that. If you let me do this and you let me do that, guess what? He gonna do these things to you. I bet he gonna do these things to you, you know, and the Lord was like, he ain't finna do that. You know what I'm saying? You know, pretty much what it was that the Lord was betting that Job wasn't gonna fall, that he was gonna allow Satan to do this and do that and stuff, but Job wasn't gonna fall through all the midst of that. You know what I'm saying? You know that what it says in Luke 21 and 19, in your patience possess ye your souls. And then what did the definition for his name? Iyawab. You know what I'm saying? The patriarch who's famous for his patience. You know, and when it comes down to a lot of stuff that Job went through and stuff, or even most of the brethren, or the ones that the Lord was dealing with and stuff, you know what I'm saying? When you read their stories and whatnot, a lot of people in today's time couldn't go through it. It's actually lighter. The stuff that we go through right now is actually lighter than what they went through back then. You know. Now, some of us, you know what I'm saying, when you know, as Jacob's trouble and stuff increase and becomes more and more heavy and whatnot, there's going to be a time when you're going to have to deal with a rough life and whatnot and stuff. But a lot of this stuff happened on a sudden when it came down to them, you know. And then when it come down to Yahushua, he was the only one who knew that he had to die for the nation of Israel and for his sins. And you can read that in Hebrews, the 7th chapter and stuff. He was the only one who knew beforehand. You know, he knew beforehand that he was going to have to die. You know what I'm saying? A lot of us and stuff, it's still in the dark. We understand that it's going to be martyrs, but we don't know if it's going to be us or not. You know? But Yahushua knew. And imagine that being on your spirit and you still had to stay strong. And he prevailed, you know? But at the same time, it was still a test for Yahushua. Knowing that he was going to die, are you still going to go through it? You know, are you still gonna go through it? Are you still gonna are you gonna fold and whatnot and stuff? It was still a test for Yahushua. You know what I'm saying? You know, the servant is not greater than his Lord. So if it's gonna be a test for us, then guess what? It was a test for Yahushua, and it was a test for King David. It was a test for Jeremiah. It was a test for all of them. Are you still gonna stand faithfully for the word and whatnot, or are you gonna fold? You know. The Lord sent demons on his strong people, man. You know, and they prevailed and they won and they endured to the end. But then for the ones who failed and whatnot and stuff, shit, they just couldn't handle it. You know? And a lot of us are gonna feel like in that situation where it's gonna feel like, man, we can't handle this and stuff. A lot of shit is unfair. This is bogus with the wound and stuff. But really, all it is like, man, it's like the Lord is like, because He knows our spirit. So the Lord's like, nah, I'm finna throw this on you and stuff, and I want to see if you gonna handle it. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want to see if you gonna be able to eat this. You know, I want to see if you gonna pass this pop quiz. You know what I'm saying? You know. Right, so this is back in Job 1:17 again. It says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said to the Chaldeans, which was real Africans, heathens. It says, made out 3 bands, you know what I'm saying, and fell upon the camels and have carried them away. It says, yea, and slain the servants with the edge of the sword, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. It says, while he was yet speaking, there came also another and said, thy sons and thy daughters were eating and drinking wine in their eldest brother's house. And behold, there came a great wind from the wilderness. It says, and smote the 4 corners of the house, and it fell upon the young men. And they are dead, and I only am escaped alone to tell thee. Then Job arose and rent his mantle. You know what I'm saying? When they rent, you know, when we rent our clothes and stuff, you know, like how, you just take your shirt and whatnot and stuff, and you'll rip it and whatnot and stuff. You know, it was a sign of mourning, right? And it says, then Job arose and back in verse 20, it says, then Job arose and rent his mantle. It says, and shaved his head and fell down upon the ground and worshiped. It says, and said, naked came I out of my mother's womb, and naked shall I return thither. It says, the Lord gave and the Lord have taken away. Blessed be the name of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says, verse 22, it says, in all this, Job sinned not, nor charged the Most High foolishly. You know what I'm saying? You know, he ain't sinned with his lips. You know, he ain't blasphemed the Holy Spirit. He ain't F you, Lord. F you, Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know, I sat up here and, like if you saw, like off The Simpsons, it was a time, you know, Homer and whatnot, they just full of shit and whatnot and stuff, right? Ain't do nothing and stuff, you know. But it was a storm that came. It was a great thunderstorm, and Ned Flanders, you know what I'm saying? You know, he's super church, right? Super Christianity, really. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he prepared everything and whatnot and stuff for his crib, and it was a test. It was a test. He ain't recognizing, but it was a test, you know. And he came out there, Ned Flanders came out there and stuff, and he was sitting up there. He saw how his house was in shambles and whatnot and stuff, but then when it came down to The Simpsons, nothing happened to his crib. And what did he do? He came up and he blasphemed. If I remember the episode right, he blasphemed against the Lord. You know what I'm saying? And the Lord fucked his ass up because it was just a test. It was a test to see, it's like, I'm finna do this. You know what I'm saying? Are you going to hold your faith? And Ned Flanders, he ain't hold his shit. You know what I'm saying? What happened? The Lord, well, not shit, but the Lord, what happened? The Lord was messing him up. You know what I'm saying? Messed him up. You know? And it was a test. It was a trial of his faith. You know what I'm saying? You know? So this is Job 2:1. It says, again, there was a day when the sons of the Most High came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them to present himself before the Lord. So Satan presented himself in front of the Lord and stuff, you know. So what other God that will be on the same level of the Most High and stuff will present themselves? And no, you know what I'm saying, you know, right? And it says, so it shows that Satan is underneath the Lord's rule. You know what I'm saying? You know. There's a time where the Lord had to tell an angel, you know what I'm saying, he had to order an angel to hold off the destruction that he commanded to put upon his people Israel. You know what I'm saying? You know, it says, verse 2, it says, and the Lord said unto Satan, it says, from whence comest thou? Questioning Satan, you know what I'm saying, right? It says, and Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth and from walking up and down in it. It says, and the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth the Most High and escheweth evil, and still he holdeth fast his integrity. And you go into that word integrity, it's the word dama, it's the dama, which means innocence. You know what I'm saying, right? It says, what was, even though it was a test, you know what I'm saying, Job was, in a sense, he was suffering wrongfully. He was suffering these things and stuff when he didn't do anything wrong. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, and he holdeth fast his integrity, his innocence. It says, although thou movest me against him to destroy him without cause, you know, right? And it says, and Satan answered the Lord and said, skin for skin, yea, all that a man have will he give for his life. It says, but put forth thy hand now and touch his bone and his flesh, and he will curse thee to thy face. You know, meaning to mess with his health, because what happened? He had boils on him. You know what I'm saying, right? And it says, verse 6, it says, and the Lord said unto Satan, behold, he is in thine hand, but save his life. You know, so the Lord was like, you know, you could do whatever and whatnot, but the thing is, don't kill him. You know, and it says, verse 7, it says, so went Satan forth from the presence of the Lord and smote Job with sore boils from the sole of his foot onto his crown, meaning all over he was covered with boils. You know what I'm saying? And boils hurt. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they can burn. You know, imagine, especially like when it come down to certain pressures. You know what I'm saying? You know, and I seen a man, you know, in my youth, where he had boils all over his body and whatnot and stuff, you know, and I didn't want to touch him. You know what I'm saying? You know, I didn't even want to touch his clothes because he was in the way on the bus. You know what I'm saying? You know, and this is back when I was in the world. And he had a green jacket, glasses on. He looked like he was a little older. You know what I'm saying? Because his hair was kind of like whitish brown, you know, or brownish white. And shit could have been, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. But when it comes down to boils and whatnot, and they all over your body, it's hard to sit down. Say if you got to take a number 2 and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And it burn or it's pussing or it hurts when you sit down and stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's painful. You know, right? Right. So it wasn't just something where he just looked ugly and stuff. You know, no, it messed with his health. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? So it says, verse 8, it says, he took him a posture to scrape himself withal. It says, and he sat down among the ashes. It says, then said his wife unto him, doest thou still retain thy integrity? Curse the Most High and die. So he was faced with all types of temptation and stuff to curse the Most High, to tell him what it is and stuff. Now, don't get me wrong. You're gonna, you know, sometimes, you know, you're gonna come to the Lord. You're gonna be like, come on, Lord, like what's going on? You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that. Like the elder brother Uriah and stuff. He did a whole sit down. You know, going into these different things and stuff, right? And you know, he was going. You know, going into it and stuff. It's like, man, sometimes it's gonna be like, damn, Lord, man, what's going on? You know, and you ain't saying. You ain't even coming into you're not even being in a hostile type spirit according to the Lord, but you just in deep complaint. You like, man, what's going on? You know, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm praying you, I'm asking for a way out, woo to woo. And it's like, man, you know, I'm trying and stuff, you know what I'm saying? You know. Now, you know, that's different because all you doing is giving his ear no rest. You know what I'm saying? You know, you ain't come to him with no disrespect and whatnot. You know, you damn near want to cry. You down there want to cry. Cause you wondering, it's like, I'm doing all these things and whatnot and stuff, but yeah, this true. You you still messing me over. When you gonna have to let up eventually. You're gonna have to let up eventually, you feel that way and whatnot and stuff, But Job's wife was like, you still have faith in the Lord, you still believe in him, you still gonna make your sacrifices. Look what he did. He took everything you had. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily everything, because his wife is still there. But he took everything. You know what I'm saying? And it shows the spirit of woman and stuff, right? The woman will be quick to cuss the Lord out unless she has great fear and the Lord put that type of spirit upon her, But look what it was. It was all these different attempts, you know what I'm saying? Because for his wife to do that and stuff, guess who that was? That was Satan. That was Satan using his wife, you know what I'm saying, to try to come up against Job and stuff, to persuade him to come up against the Lord. These were all these different plots, right? So verse 10, it says, but he said unto her, thou speakest as one of the foolish women speaketh. It said, what? It says, shall we receive good at the hand of the Most High, and shall we not receive evil? It says, in all this did not Job sin with his lips? You know what I'm saying? So he ain't cussed the Lord out. He kept his integrity, his innocence, He stayed innocent because he ain't doing anything that was going to cause him to be guilty, And I think it was the brother Khazak from Mississippi, where he did a sit down where he was going into one of his real long ones. He was going into how what Satan would try to do is get you to do something where you can't come back from, And look, pretty much what you think Job was trying to, what was Satan trying to do? Satan was trying to get Job to blaspheme the Holy Spirit. Right? And it says, verse 11, it says, now when Job's 3 friends heard of all this evil that was come upon him, they came every one from his own place. Eliphaz, the Temanite, it says, and Bildad, the Shuhite, it says, and Zophar, the Namathite, and it says, for they had made a appointment together to come to mourn with him and to comfort him. So that word got out quick, right? Verse 12, it says, and when they lifted up their eyes afar off, and they knew him not, they lifted up their voice and wept, and they rent every one his mantle and sprinkled dust upon their heads toward heaven. And also you'll rip your clothes and whatnot, and you'll take ashes upon you'll take ashes and put them upon your head and stuff, or put dirt upon your head. And when you do that and stuff, you're humbling yourself. You know what I'm saying? So and this is a custom that the nation of Israel do with stuff. It's right, it's a humbling, right? Verse 13, it says, so they sat down with him upon the ground 7 days and 7 nights, and none spake a word unto him, for they saw that his grief was very great. You know what I'm saying? So he was going through it. Everybody know about Job. You know what I'm saying? Even people who don't really know the Bible like that and stuff, you bring up the name Job and stuff, they know that Job went through some shit, And he suffered wrongfully. It was all a test, It was all a test, And sometimes us brothers and stuff, we gonna be in them situations, man. When Satan's gonna cause us to be unmerciful, to be like the sons of thunder, Satan gonna try to heighten up your emotions and whatnot and stuff. Satan gonna try to get you to be disorderly and stuff when it comes down to the scriptures and whatnot. And not all the time we gonna catch it. You know what I'm saying? But we got to learn how to build that up, because guess what? Satan, all he's doing is coming with heavier blows. You know what I'm saying? All he's doing is coming with heavier blows and whatnot. He gonna work on these people. You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring up old shit. You know what I'm saying? He gonna bring up old stuff. You know what I'm saying? Where you thought you forgave and whatnot and stuff, and you still got issues. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna cause you to want to do some messed up stuff to people and whatnot. You know. He gonna try to do all that he can and whatnot, because his job is to get you to fall. You know. But while he's doing all these different things and stuff, all it is a test. It's a test. You know. It says, this is Job 3:1. It says, after this opened Job his mouth and cursed his day, meaning his birth. That's what he did. He cursed it. He cursed the day he was born. You know what I'm saying? Because Job was like, damn, what I do? You know what I'm saying? Imagine even when it came down to Yahushua, he asked the Heavenly Father Yahweh, is like, can you take this cup away from me? Not as I will, but as thou will and stuff. And the Lord don't give you no answer. He got his answer when he saw that it was inevitable that he had to die. You know what I'm saying? But think about it. You asking the Lord and he ain't giving you nothing. Right? You're going to be feeling real bad. You're going to be like, damn, did I do something? And then when you read these stories and stuff, you might even feel like you saw. Verse 2, it says, and Job spake and said, you're going to be thinking, have you been rejected? You know what I'm saying? And that's I'm going to tell you, that's a feeling that you don't want to feel and whatnot and stuff, But at the same time, that could be Satan too. Satan can make you think that you feel rejected and stuff, and that's a strong enough feeling for you to be like, fuck it, and not want to do the work, and not want to continue fighting and stuff, and just give up because you think you don't. You know what I'm saying? Right? It says verse 2, it says, and Job spake and said, let the day perish wherein I was born, and the night in which it was said, there is a man child conceived. Let that day be darkness. Let not the Most High regard it from above, neither let the light shine upon it. Let darkness and the shadow of death stain it. It said, let a cloud dwell upon it. It said, let the blackness of the day terrify it. So so Job really felt, you know what I'm saying, that he was, that it was bad for him to be born. He cursed himself. Job literally cursed himself. Cause how he felt when the Lord was giving him this hell. It says, verse 6, it says, as for that night, let darkness seize upon it. Let it not be joined unto the days of the year. Let it not come into the number of the months. It says, lo, let that night be solitary. It says, let no joyful voice come therein. It says, let them curse it that curse the day, who are ready to raise up in their mourning. It says, let the stars of the twilight thereof be dark. Let it look for light, but have none. Damn. It says, neither let it see the dawning of the day. Verse 10, it says, because it shut not up the doors of my mother's womb, nor hid sorrow from my eyes. It says, why died I not from the womb? So he was wishing he was dead. He was going through it so bad, he wished that he was dead. And with this going on and stuff, what do you where this motivation came? It came from Satan. It came from Satan himself. And remember, you got leagues of other demons and stuff. You got level 1 demons, you know what I'm saying, all the way to the top notch, which is Satan. And the Lord sent Satan on Job. Not no high level demon that's underneath Satan. He sent Satan himself. You know? Yahweh Shai had Satan himself dealing, Satan himself trying to come up against him to make him try to fall. You know, Apostle Peter and stuff. It says Satan desired to sift. No, Satan desired to have you. You know what I'm saying? You know, in the book of Luke. You know. So it's gonna be certain brothers. There's gonna be certain brothers and whatnot and stuff, and you know where they either work in their way, you know, because you know the more you build up into the word and stuff, the higher level the demons that come after you. You know what I'm saying? You either work your way up to Satan and stuff, or the Lord knows what type of spirit you are and stuff where you could deal with Satan. You know what I'm saying? You know, right? And it says, back in verse 11, verse 10, it says, verse 11. It says, why died I not from the womb? Why did I not give up the spirit when I came out of the belly? It says, why did the knees prevent me? It says, or why the breast that I should suck? It says, for meaning like, no nourishment, right? So verse 13, it says, for now should I have lain still and been quiet, and I have slept, then had I been at rest, means to be dead. It says, with kings and counselors of the earth, which built desolate places for themselves, or with princes that had gold, who filled their houses with silver. It says, or as in hidden, untimely birth, stillborn, I had not been as infants which never saw light. It says, there the wicked cease from troubling. It says, and there the weary be at rest. You know what I'm saying? So when you die, everybody is at rest, whether you good or evil. It says, verse 18, it says, there the prisoners rest together. They hear not the voice of the oppressor because they're dead. You know, can't nobody oppress you when you dead. It says, the small and great are there, and the servant is free from his master. It says, wherefore is light given to him that is in misery, and life unto the bitter in soul. It says, which long for death, but it cometh not. It says, and dig for it more than for hid treasures. It says, verse 22, it says, which rejoice exceedingly and are glad. It says, when they can find the grave, because they finally at rest, right? It says, verse 23, it says, why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom the Most High have hedged in? It says, for my sighing cometh before I eat. My roarings are poured out like the waters, right? So when you go into that word roaring, it's the word shagah. It's the shada ada ganaha shagah. It says a rumbling or moan. Now the moan ain't in a sexual sense and stuff. It's pretty much crying out. You know what I'm saying? Because when you pray, because you see that there's a lot of questions and whatnot and stuff. When you pray, it's not always you could probably be in a desolate area, so it's a place that's nobody else around and stuff. You screaming your heart out to the Lord. You complaining. The scripture says, give his ears no rest and whatnot, but it didn't say how to do it. It didn't say it had to be done a certain type of way, You know, he was roaring out to the Lord, and I believe King David did the same thing when he was going through his. You know, and it says, verse 23 again. It says, "Why is light given to a man whose way is hid, and whom the Most High have hedged in? For my sighing cometh before I eat, and my roarings and are poured out like the waters." You know, so he's pouring his spirit out, right? Verse 25, it says, "For the thing which I greatly feared is come upon me, and that which I was afraid of is come unto me. I was not in safety, neither had I rest, neither was I quiet, yet trouble came," you know? So he was going through it, you know? And I believe it's the brother Rebuke the Tempter, you know what I'm saying? You know, I know his name has Gabar in it and stuff, but I think it's another name too. And he had, which he is elder, you know, Salaki if I didn't say it. But the thing is that he had did a sit down ways back, and it was one of them real old sit downs. You know what I'm saying? You know, before he started getting I wanted to say getting bigger and stuff, as if he was eating the post, like it says in the book of Ezekiel or Daniels. And he he did a sit down going into how the Lord gives his strongest battles to his strongest warriors, you know. And one battle, you know, one battle might not seem, you know, super strong and stuff, but we don't know what. Well, look at it this way: you could, because the scripture says that there's no temptation that's common to man, right? Right. So, and brothers had did like the brother Matati and stuff. He always broke this down. He was going into the fact of how, you know, brothers probably go through the same situations and stuff, but the demons might be harder on one brother with one situation than they are with another. Now, we both go through the same thing and stuff, but how the demons work with it on certain spirits and stuff is not the same, you know? You know? One thing, you know, well, that was a good enough example, you know, and you know, say if every common thing that you dealing with, you know, every common thing that you dealing with when it comes down to multiple temptations that brothers go through as well, you know what I'm saying? What if demons are always hard and hard and hard and hard on you? You know what I'm saying? You know? Well, you just gotta fight a little harder than the next brother would. But it doesn't mean they won't have their times when something hard comes and stuff, and something that might be hard for them might be easy for you. You know what I'm saying? You know, but say it's the demons just because they just gonna increase. You know what I'm saying? You know, but what if they just become harder and harder and harder and harder? You know, you know, just become even worse and even worse and even worse. And it's doing that for these demons are doing that for all of us, of course. You know what I'm saying? You know, and remember, these demons, they know how to actually let me see, let me get it in this. Demons know how to attack us personally, man. You know, and sometimes it be hard. Sometimes it's like it. Sometimes it could go for days, man. It could go for days. It could go for months. You know, you praying, you fasting and whatnot and stuff, and it's not going away. It might even increase. Like, oh, Satan's like, oh, look up, so he trying to get out that jam. Well, I'm finna make it harder for you now. You know, because you gotta look at it. When it come down to Satan, man, when it come down to Satan, these demons, they act like niggas. You know what I'm saying? You know, they act like niggas. When they see that you trying to help yourself and whatnot, they be like, "Oh, look at him. He trying to help himself." You know what I'm saying? Hey, I'm finna stop that. I'm finna, watch. I'm finna do this extra stuff to him and stuff, and watch what happen. He gonna get mad. He gonna get mad. He gonna get mad and stuff. Watch. That's how these demons act. You know what I'm saying? As soon as they see that you trying to make a way out and whatnot and stuff, they come with some more stuff. And you seen that in the book of Matthew with Yahweh Shai, which I'm gonna grab. This is 1 Peter 5:8. It says, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." So they always searching. Remember, these are celestial beings that's dealing with you. So guess what's gonna happen? They're gonna sit up here and mess with you and mess with you and mess with you and mess with you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna see that you gonna try to make a run for it. It's like, oh, he trying to grab his sword and stuff. Well, it's time to iron up. This ain't no longer a fist fight and stuff. He wanna go grab sword and shield, and I'm gonna do it too. You know what I'm saying? Oh man. Right? So I'm gonna read verse 9. It says, "Who resisted steadfast in the faith, knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world." So we all going through it. You know what I'm saying? And our situations, I understand that it might be brothers who might, especially with the apostles, yeah, they dealing with something that's harder than woo to woo and stuff. You know what I'm saying? But when speaking as a man, I ain't gonna try to say it's set in stone, but speaking as a man, if every man got a different measure of faith, you know what I'm saying, it could be something that's less than that. When it comes down to, I know the apostles, they went through stuff already and whatnot and stuff, or dealing with the 9/11 and whatnot and stuff, and who's to say if it was hard. You know what I'm saying? More than likely it was a faith booster for him. You know what I'm saying? Even though it was hard, but more than likely it was a faith booster for him. So what I'm saying is that even though something might be less than what they had went through and stuff, it depends on that specific brother's spirit and stuff, and how hard the demons are on them. Because remember, the demons, they don't. Oh, I'm gonna try this and stuff. And then no, they come full fledged with all power and stuff. They come full fledged, and if they can't win it, they always go to the next demon and stuff. It's like, oh, he overcome me, so I need you to come through. So I'm just saying like that. I'm not trying to etch it in stone and stuff, but if we gonna have different measures of faith, you know what I'm saying? Because think about it, Apostle Thomas, you know what I'm saying? Even though all of them doubted, but he was known as Doubting Thomas. You know what I'm saying? So imagine, you know what I'm saying? And these are men that was building up to be the greatest men of Israel. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta think, if he was doubting all the time. It wasn't just that one time, oh shoot, I gotta see if man, y'all saying that he rose up again. Y'all saying he rose up again, man, I gotta see. I gotta put my finger through the holes. You know what I'm saying? I gotta see for myself. And that was just the one time. No, he was doubting the entire time. That was his spirit. It was a great man, you know what I'm saying? One of the 12 apostles, who had a doubting spirit and stuff, and you don't think Satan was messing with him? His faith was smaller. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. If you doubting a lot, you know what I'm saying, versus brothers who don't doubt a lot, you know what I'm saying, that means that that you have a certain amount of faith that could be lesser, you know what I'm saying, that could grow over time, you know what I'm saying, but at the same time you could have lesser faith, and you don't think Satan was fucking with him? Like, he easy to get, he easy to get, because he always doubting, you know what I'm saying, even Peter was doubting too, All of them was doubting. All 12 apostles was doubting and stuff, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't get labeled to be the one who's doubting. You know what I'm saying? You know? And when you doubt, I think a brother said that when you doubt, who was it? It was a brother from I think his name is Awar, from GMS Life Lessons. You know what I'm saying? He did a sit down and he said that when you doubt, you lose the power. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't think that you just unhedged. No, don't think that. You know, but it's just the fact that you gotta believe. You gotta believe. And if Thomas was doubting majority of the time, you know what I'm saying? You know, or doubting a lot and whatnot and stuff. And how Shai was able to peep it. You know, if he was doubting a lot and stuff, then guess what? Satan was on him. On him. You know what I'm saying? Like he easy to get, just throw this at him and stuff, and he gonna think that the Lord ain't with him. He gonna fight for a little bit and stuff, and then he gonna collapse, and I bring that out because with us having different portions of faith and whatnot and stuff, demons can be harder on specific brothers and stuff, even though they lower than other brothers. You know what I'm saying? Or their faith is lower than other brothers, so they didn't build up to that point of build up to a certain amount of faith. You know what I'm saying? Yet, where they're more stronger, they more better and stuff. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense, Well, like I said, I wasn't trying to etch it in stone and stuff, right? This is Matthew's, and I'm going to close out with this. This is Matthew chapter 4, verse 1. It says, Then was Yahushua led up of the spirit into the wilderness to be tempted of the devil, which is Satan's will, Devil means the deceiver, and Satan means an adversary. You know what I'm saying? So what an adversary going to try to do? Deceive you. You know what I'm saying? So 2 titles, same spirit, right? Verse 2, it says, When he had fasted 40 days and 40 nights, he was afterward and hungered. And remember, demons, when they come and mess with you, it's when you weak. They don't come when they strong. When you strong, handicap matches. You know what I'm saying? That's why Satan has a physical counterpart. And who is that? Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, because they come when you weak. They don't come when you strong. That's when they flee when no man pursueth. When you strong, well, other than that, they think they got a chance and stuff because you weaken. When you play those fighting games and stuff, and your boy or your homegirl and whatnot and stuff, and she go to the bathroom, she be like, pause it, don't cheat. You know what I'm saying? Satan, what Esau does is that he sit up here, he'll whoop your ass, make it where all he got to do is do one punch or do the special move. I mean, Jake do it too. You know what I'm saying? But that's different. That's different. I'm making a point. When it comes down to Esau, I'm talking about in real life. Well, when it comes down to say if you play in Tekken, the man's Kazuya, you do that I forget what it's called and stuff. I call it uppercut of faith, where you spin around 3 times, the electricity builds up, and then he about to do the uppercut, and there's no way to dodge, and you pause, and then your homeboy or your homegirl comes back, and then next you know, as soon as he be like, you ready? They be like, yeah, I'm finna whoop your ass. Bow, KO. KO, TKO, boy. You know what I'm saying? Or perfect, that's what they do. They come when you weak. They come when you weak, And it says verse 3. It says, and remember, Yahweh was in the flesh. Yeah, he had the whole spirit and stuff. Had the whole measure of faith. You know what I'm saying? But he still had to fight. He was still underneath that Galatians 5. You know what I'm saying? And 17. Verse 3, it says, And when the tempter came to him, he said, If thou be the Son of the Most High, command that these stones be made bread. It says, verse 4, it says, but he answered and said, it is written, man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Right? So what would Satan do? Come in with scriptures, you know? Coming with scriptures, you know? Right? And it says, verse 5, it says, then the devil taketh him up into the holy city and setteth him on a pinnacle of the temple. It says, and saith unto him, if thou be the Son of the Most High, cast thyself down. It says, for it is written, he shall give his angels charge concerning thee, and in their hands they shall bear thee up, lest, meaning that not at any time thou dash thy foot against a stone. Verse 7, Yahushua said unto him, it is written again, thou shalt not tempt the Lord, tempt thy power. So like it, tempt the Lord thy power, right? So we understand that the Lord will have us and whatnot and stuff, you know, but that don't mean to just go out and if you ever seen movie Mulan and stuff, the cartoon, right? And remember the grandmother when she had got a lucky cricket and whatnot, and what she do, cover her eyes and stuff and walk in the middle of the street while it was oncoming traffic and whatnot, and she ain't get hit, and she was like, this cricket is a lucky one, you know. And in a past you know, the one who, well, a brother that used to be in the camp and whatnot and stuff, you know, he in the world now, for all I know. And he told me how you know, how he had asked the Lord if he really supposed to be in his truth and whatnot and stuff. He gonna cross the street and stuff, and if he don't get hit and stuff, then that means that he's supposed to. It was confirmation that he's supposed to be in the truth, if I remember correctly. And the thing is that what he did was tempt the Lord, you know, and persuaded him to do so, you know, right? So you know, so what was Satan doing? Satan was trying to get him. It was like, Satan was trying to tempt him, you know, right? And it says, verse 8, it says, again, the devil taketh him up into an exceeding high mountain, and sheweth him all the kingdoms of the world. It says, in the glory of them. It says, and saith unto him, all these things will I give thee. It says, if thou wilt fall down and worship me. It says, then said Yahushua unto him, get thee hence, Satan. I mean, get your ass on. It says, for it is written, thou shalt worship the Lord thy power, and him only shalt thou serve. It says, then the devil leaveth him, and behold, angels came and ministered unto him. And where all this is happening, this happened in his mind, you know. You really think that no. All this is happening in his mind and stuff, and they show you that in those cartoons or even regular TV shows where it's a devil version of you and it's an angel version of you. The angel version is telling you the right thing to do, and the devil's version of you is telling you the wrong thing to do. You know what I'm saying? You know, but at the end, they're trying to convince you, the one that's in the middle between the two, the devil version and the angel version of you, they trying to convince you to make the final decision. You know, and this is what demons do. You know. And remember, when it comes down to different brethren, you know what I'm saying, we don't know who that brother is. You know, we don't know who that brother is. We don't know if the Lord can keep them in a lower or even higher. It doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, it does matter. You know, for rank purposes and stuff. But you know, it could be because I remember the elder brother Uriah said this and stuff. It's like, you know, it could be younger brethren and stuff who has not necessarily higher or heavier spirits and whatnot. Or that too, you know what I'm saying? But I forget how he worded it. But he said something around the lines, you know, where it could be somebody that could be close to the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know, and but the Lord got them in a lower rank. You know what I'm saying? You know, and for brothers who know me and stuff, this ain't pride. I hope brothers don't think that just to cover my ass. But what I'm saying is that who knows? That, you know, remember the Lord said His thoughts are not His thoughts are not our thoughts. He could do that. He could do that. He could make somebody who's younger and whatnot and stuff and have a heavier spirit and low key. They could mess around and be over you. You never know. You never know. You know. And I just don't want brothers, you know, get the wrong idea when I say that and stuff. But it is possible. You know what I'm saying? You know. Which means that if that brother got a heavier spirit and stuff, you know what I'm saying, then guess what? There's a good chance they might be dealing with stuff a little harder than you. You know what I'm saying? You know, even though they lower. You know? You know, so yeah, that's pretty much it. You know. Look at King Ahab, even though he was wicked during that time and stuff, because he didn't take heed and stuff. You know, you had demons and stuff. They me plotting on them like niggas do. You know, like niggas in the world, 2/3 of Israel in the world and stuff, plotting on them like we gonna do this, we gonna do that. You know. So how much more a man of the Lord and stuff, where their job is to try to get you to a man or a woman of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? You know. When they trying to get you here and get you there to try to fuck you up. You know what I'm saying? How much more of them? You know, they shit, but when it come down to them, they gonna be the ones who get the stronger demons. You know, to come up against them. You know. This is I know I said I was gonna do this. This is Isaiah 59 and 15. This go for all brothers and stuff, right? And sisters, you know. And if you're teaching your children, and even if you're teaching your children the right way, guess what? Them demons gonna come after them. Them demons gonna come after your children. They will fuck with your children if your children are trying to do this. This is Isaiah 59 and 15. It says, "Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey." And who we not going against flesh and blood, like it says in Ephesians 6 and 12. You know, we're not going against flesh and blood, but against principalities which means demons. You know what I'm saying? You know, spiritual demons. And the demons that I'm talking about are the same demons and stuff that would you try to move to the exit and stuff, and all your furniture just magically flows to the door, so you can't exit. You know what I'm saying? You know, when your TV turn on and stuff, and you ain't turned it on. Shoot, because you know the remote. The remote has a sensor to the light, you know what I'm saying, that be on your TV, that be on standby and stuff, unless you unplug it all the way and stuff, right? But it won't turn on the TV if something's in front of it and stuff. But yeah, your TV is turning on, and the remote can be on the other side of the room. You know. Yeah, your dishes get to moving and whatnot and stuff, and it's nothing there to cause it to be unsettled. You know, like if you ever seen Boondocks, when Stink Meter had came back from hell, he was cause he was in so-called hell, right? So-called hell, right? And what happened and stuff, he learned in hell how to do some more martial arts and whatnot and stuff. And what did he do? He came back as a demon, and he possessed Tom again and whatnot, man. Just to come back for Robert Friedman. You know. So those are demons, man. Those are demons, and that's how they deal with it and stuff. And however your individual spirit is, the Lord's gonna send however strong demons and stuff. He's gonna send your way, man. To come fight you. It's been situations where I was down in Wisconsin, and visiting the brothers there. And they get witches down there and stuff that come up against them, that cast spells and shit upon them, and like the scripture says, it says there's no enchantment against Israel, but meaning they spells and whatnot ain't gonna work, even if it is Israelites doing it, it's not gonna work, because we serving a higher power and stuff, and he's gonna protect us, but They was saying how it was this guy who came up out of nowhere and whatnot and stuff, and he was like really, really focused on me and stuff, right? And he wanted to fight. Now the spirit was saying, stay cool, don't trip. He ain't gonna do shit, Don't be dismayed at his face, cause he ain't finna do shit, Nothing's gonna happen to you. Next thing you know, the brothers from our camp and stuff, right? They said, that they had seen that same man and stuff, and he was cool, and he ain't had no problem, he ain't had no issues or nothing, and he ain't even know what went down. That's because a demon possessed him, and that demon possessed him just to come against me to see how I was gonna react. To see if I was going to get carnal or if I was going to stay in the spirit. And if I remember correctly and stuff, those brothers said that they never seen that man ever in their life, man. As much as they've been preaching on the spot, preaching at the spot that they always been preaching at, they never seen that man. But until new visitors come, and it ain't the first time they had visitors, but new visitors come and stuff, it was a temptation, and then what other ways that demons do, or they call it sleep paralysis, where you wake up and stuff and you can't fucking move. You know what I'm saying? You think you got a bodily ailment. You know what I'm saying? You think that something is wrong with you and whatnot. No. It's a demon that's holding you down. His brothers had situations where they couldn't breathe and whatnot and stuff, and they don't got no breathing problems. They don't get bronchitis. They don't get asthma. They wasn't going through no attack. They just couldn't breathe. They was feeling like they was being suffocated and stuff when it was nothing over their neck or nothing heavy on their chest and stuff where their chest couldn't expand. There was nothing going on. They laying in their bed, so they wondering what's going on. It's a demon. The movie Constantine and stuff with the guy who played Neo from Matrix and whatnot and stuff. That shit is real. Most of these movies that they make and stuff, they get it from the scriptures, And all these demons gonna do is increase. The brother Rala, I remember he said that he had a dream, because they'll mess with you in your dreams too. Where he had his dream where it was a demon, and what he did was like, he ain't show all his face, but he was like behind a corner and whatnot and stuff, like a wall, and he kept like appearing and reappearing and stuff outside the wall with a funny little it's like seeing it. The actual clown, it and whatnot and stuff, and he just, like say if like in horror movies and whatnot, what they Esau know how these demons work. That's who they pray to, And they the horror movies and whatnot and stuff. That's what demons do. They terrorize you and whatnot, you know? And the higher you are in the spirit, you know what I'm saying? The more the higher the level of the demon that's gonna come after you. You know? And then I know I'm rambling a little bit, but even when it came down to who was he was uh let me see if I can find it. Man. It's like it, bear with me. All right, this is Acts 9 and 15. Let me get to this point. It says, "And the evil spirit answered and said, Yahushai I know, and Paul I know, but who are ye?" So there's gonna be certain brothers that these demons know specifically, and it's like, I'm coming after you. you know. Like when it come down to these regular 2/3 and stuff, they not VIP on the list to take down, or they not VIP on the list where it's like, oh, we need to get such woo to woo, we need to attack him, we need to get this person. Just been times where I was laying down and it felt like somebody pulled my leg, checked and I'm talking about get yanked. You know what I'm saying? I'm checking around the house like, well, what the fuck, woo to woo. And it really felt like somebody yanked me. Like it felt like something grabbed my leg firmly. You know what I'm saying? And like they hand was big as hell and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Unnaturally big, like monstrous big. Well, I'm feeling it from my ankle to my kneecap, and it feels like something grabbed me and yanked me down and stuff. And when I woke up, I'm looking like, what's going on? And nothing's there, you know. And this is how demons work and whatnot and stuff. Final Destination, those are demons, you know. Those are demons, and they'll come after you. So going back to the Isaiah 59 and 15. It says, "Yea, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh his soul a prey." So you're gonna get attacked when you come in this truth, and I'll just close off with that. This is Ephesians chapter 6, and I'm starting verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of His might." Why is that? You know what I'm saying? And when it comes down to being strong in the Lord, that don't mean to be swole. Don't be mean to be. It's gonna be some swole motherfuckers out here in Jacob's trouble who gonna be looking to hurt you and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They got a demon on them, But at the same time, they not gonna be able to prevail. There's gonna be some people and stuff who don't even got no muscles gonna be slinging guys like that, like they little children. When the spiritual powers come, when that standard get lifted up, right? And it says verse 11, it says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And what is that armor? The knowledge. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge of the Lord, not the knowledge to know how to fight. You know what I'm saying? Martial arts, karate, jiu-jitsu and stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, it's the knowledge, you know what I'm saying, of Yahweh Shem Yahshai. You know what I'm saying? You know? Right? And it says, verse 40, verse 11, 40. It's verse 11. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High. It says that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. And that word wiles going to the trickery. So it's a mental game. You playing chess, you know, but your life is on stake, man. You know? And you got something that's always trying to get you, always trying to get you, always trying to get you and stuff. You really think that these people around you and stuff, they the ones who's doing it? No, it's Satan. It's Satan. But then again, you know, their spirit is towards this world. And when you prophesy against it and they don't want their world to go down and stuff and they want it to get better, you know what I'm saying, after this Rona 19 supposedly be over with in their eyes and they're going to get back to it, and you saying that it's not going to get back to it, guess what? Their spirit is going to be set against you anyways. You know what I'm saying? You know? But what is Satan doing? Satan is deceiving them to love their punishment, to love the oppressor. You know, to think the oppressor is going to show them mercy when they're not. You know what I'm saying? You know? So when you come up against the oppressor, they're going to come up against you. You know what I'm saying? You know? But these are the wiles of the devil. Because once you understand that Satan, all he could do is try to persuade you and not force you to do anything, and guess what? Then that's when you know well, then you know that there's a way to fight back and stuff. And don't get me wrong, there's been times where I was trying not to say something and stuff, and yeah, he was. And I remember Pastor Har, he said himself, he had said, you know, it was a sit down that he did, old sit down dealing with demons. You know what I'm saying? And he said you got to watch them demons, because they'll sit up here, they'll even try to they'll try to make you speak. You know what I'm saying? You know, they'll try to make you speak, and you ain't trying to say it. You know, like how Neo, when the agents captured him and stuff, you know, and they put him in that room and whatnot and stuff, you know, and before they was on that BS and stuff, they was forcing his mouth closed, and he wondering like what's going on, and he tripping, you know. Demons, they'll try to get you, depending on however high level the demon is, they will sit up here and try to make you say something that you ain't trying to see. They'll try to make you blaspheme the Holy Spirit, and you will have to pray like hell to cast that motherfucker off. You'll try to shut up, you know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, they be like, oh, you know, you think you gonna close your mouth and whatnot. They'll open that motherfucker up and start speaking again, you know, and it ain't even you. You know, there's been times where I heard stuff in Hebrew and I wasn't thinking about it. You know, they really gonna call me crazy after this. You know what I'm saying? But these are different avenues that Satan does and stuff, and they show you on the movies, because you got real exorcists out here. You know what I'm saying? You get this. That's an actual job. You know what I'm saying? Us men of the Lord, we know how to exercise some shit too. You know what I'm saying? You know. There's been situations where high level brothers had to go and exercise demons. You know what I'm saying? And the demon get mad and whatnot and hit you in your face to try to get you to stop praying to the Lord. You know? And when I say demon, I'm talking about where you feel a physical force, you know what I'm saying, but nobody's there. And you people that think that we crazy and whatnot, oh, you gonna see. Because the scriptures talk about in Wisdom of Solomon, the 17th chapter, about strange apparitions. Them strange apparitions is what you see when it come down to the paranormal activity. You know what I'm saying? Which all that shit is real. You know, people that fuck with the Ouija boards and whatnot, that shit is real. Them those necromancers, they play with the cards and whatnot and stuff, you know. All that shit is real, but it's left-handed and stuff. You can conjure up demons, and you ain't gonna those witches where they be where these niggas be sitting up here poking themselves and stuff, and they don't be bleeding, and they pull the entire rod out through that. They ain't no fucking magic trick. That's them having powers with demons, and them niggas be dark in the face. If you see it, them niggas be fucking wicked. What's his name? Chris Angel. You know what I'm saying? That nigga fuck with demons. Them stuff that he does and whatnot and stuff, you people would think that he was the Messiah. Y'all would think that he was the Messiah and stuff, but he messes with demons. Demons allow him to do those things and whatnot and stuff. You know? You know? You know? This is real. It's not no magic trick where you get, you know, some contraption sealed in your clothes and whatnot so it can look funny towards the eye and stuff, you know. You know. How you do the little magic trick where you you know, take the coin and stuff, and it's like, oh, look where it's at. It's behind your ear. You know what I'm saying? When they made it disappear out of nowhere, you know, or the one with the flags and stuff, and you pull a lot of flags and stuff out of your sleeves and whatnot and stuff. These niggas can be butt ass naked. You know what I'm saying? And they can do these dangerous stunts and whatnot. That's because they pray to demons. Demons are real. You know? Demons are real, man. Everybody know about yin, yang, good and evil. You know what I'm saying? You know? And it's going to start in the spiritual sense first. You know? If there's a God, it's going to be a devil. You know? So now, you know, you people can sit up here and call us crazy and whatnot and stuff. We ain't going to be crazy when you see this shit happening in for real. The scriptures talk about the strange apparition, and they show you that in the movie what's it called? Let me see. It's like I'll come back to this. So I'm gonna go to so I can bear with me. All right, so this is Wisdom of Solomon in the Apocrypha, chapter 17, verse 1. It says, for great are thy judgments and cannot be expressed. It says, therefore, unnurtured souls have erred. It says, for when unrighteous men thought to oppress the holy nation, they being shut up in their houses, the prisoners of darkness, and fettered with the bonds of a long night, lay their exile from the eternal providence. It said, for a while they supposed to lie hid in their secret sins, they were scattered under a dark veil of forgetfulness, being horribly astonished and troubled with strange apparitions, right? So it says an unusual or unexpected sight, phenomenon, a ghostly figure. You know what I'm saying? It says that the act of becoming visible, you know, so it says the act of becoming visible, meaning that it wasn't there and then it just appeared out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? People ain't doing that. You know, they might, you might, come up on a corner and stuff and you don't see the person coming and stuff. But I'm talking about while you sitting in front of you and something appears right in front of you and stuff, You people think that everything's a joke. You're going to start seeing that as this evil increase. It's going to be, the scripture says in Luke, the 21st chapter, man's heart's failing them from the sight, man, that they see, man, you know. And that's what's finna happen. It's finna be real dark out here and stuff, And thanks to Esau, Edom, Satan and stuff, right? The physical counterpart of Satan, guess what? They praying all the time for these demons to do that. There's there's a picture. You know what? Well, when they do their sacrifices in the Bohemian Groves, you know what I'm saying, and these places where they do wicked counsel and whatnot and stuff, when they do their different sacrifices, that is to send demons upon you people, especially Halloween. Found out that Halloween is a high level satanic day. You know what I'm saying, or I probably knew about it already and stuff, but just forgot. You know what I'm saying, and in other days and stuff, it's highly satanic. It's even days where it wouldn't be holidays and stuff, that the world know of, that most of the majority of people know of and whatnot and stuff. It'd be regular days and they be high satanic days and you don't even fucking know. And this is what these niggas be doing. They be praying, to send demons upon Israelites. You know what I'm saying? And they do this every day. They into the blood. They into sexual magic. They into when you got a 5-point star and it's upside down. It's not no gang bang related and whatnot. And it got a circle around it and stuff and be blood everywhere. Candles 666 all over the place and whatnot. And it be the top of a horse's head and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or they be wearing it and whatnot and stuff, and they cutting each other up and whatnot and stuff. That's all left hand side activities and stuff to put demons on you Israelites, man. Even you 2/3 that be friends with them, because they still hate your ass. And this is what's finna happen soon. And I want to get the word phenomenon. It's an object or aspect known through the senses rather than by thought or intuition. A temporal or temporal object of sensory experience as distinguished from a phenomenon. It says a fact or event of scientific interest susceptible to scientific description and explanation. It's just a rare significant fact or event. It says an exceptional, unusual, or abnormal person, thing, or occurrence. So it says, going back to Wisdom of Solomon 17:4, it says, for neither might the corner that held them keep them from fear. People trying to hide and stuff, they still scared. It says, but noises of waters falling down sounded about them, and sad visions appeared unto them with heavy countenance. So imagine some scary, some scary face appear before you and whatnot and stuff, and what Jake would try to do and stuff, they'll try to punch it. You know what I'm saying? Just certain Jakes, you Negroes, Latinos, and natives, all 12 tribes. You know what I'm saying? Even Israelites with outward appearances that of a heathen, you go to a hunting house and stuff, let something scare you and whatnot and stuff because they really got you good, you ready to punch it, And some people who have punched them and stuff, and then they be like, hey man, hey man, hey, this is a haunted house, man, And, had to give them warning and whatnot and stuff, and Jake be having that warrior spirit, what's gonna happen is you're gonna try to punch this face and whatnot and stuff, and you're gonna see your hand go through it, you know? You know? You're gonna try to run away and whatnot and stuff, and every time you open your eyes, every time you come around the corner, that face is there. You're gonna be scared. Jake gonna really shit on themselves when this comes, man. When these days hiding up and whatnot and stuff, when these things happen and stuff, people gonna be like, man, I seen this, I seen that and stuff, and it's gonna be you people who claim yourself as normal who's gonna be seeing this stuff, man. The people who don't like the truth, to call the men of the Lord and women of the Lord who believe in the truth, you call us crazy and stuff, but guess what? You're gonna be like, I seen this, I seen that, and it's gonna be scary for you. You're gonna be so scared you ain't gonna want to leave. Imagine every time you try to leave, all your furniture run to the door before you. You gonna want to leave, and you're gonna be too scared to. You're gonna try to outwit it and whatnot, and them demons just looking at you like laughing at you and stuff, and they looking at you like, yeah, here you go. He finna try to do it again, but she finna try to do it again. You know what I'm saying? And then next you know, soon as you try to approach, and the closer you approach, the furniture just, I'm actually acting it out, but Salakia, but the furniture starts moving. Every time you take a closer step to the door, the furniture moves. And you take another step, the furniture moves. And then as soon as you try to run, everything just moves real fast to the door, so you can't get there. You're going to be scared out of your mind. You're going to be scared out of your mind. You will, right? So, verse 5, it says, no power of the fire might give them light. It's, so you gonna have you're gonna be in darkness. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna try to flick. You might have a lantern. You might turn on the light, and how it be in the horror movies. You turn on the flashlight and stuff, brand new battery and stuff, but then for some reason it goes out. Or how do they show it usually when there's a demonic presence? You know what I'm saying? The anything that has heat or electricity and stuff, it starts to flicker and go out and stuff, and then everything that's solid around you and stuff, it start getting cold. It start getting cold. The walls and stuff. You know what I'm saying? A little shear of ice starts growing upon it out of nowhere. Right? And it says now, verse 5 again, it says no power of the fire might give them light. So you might have a lighter and stuff, and you might be trying to flick it and stuff, and you just bought the lighter, so it got nothing but fuel in it. It ain't faulty. You've been using it and stuff, probably been smoking your squares, your weed and whatnot, your Black and Miles all that day, but now it's like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? It's dark as hell where you at and stuff, and you can't see, so you try to light it and whatnot and stuff. You might feel the heat of the flame and stuff, but yet it's not showing, right? And it says, neither could the bright flames of the stars endure to lighten that horrible night. It says, only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself. So then just imagine flames flame up out of nowhere on its own. You ain't kindled the fire or nothing and stuff. That's going to be some spooky stuff for you. Very, very spooky, right? And it says only there appeared unto them a fire kindled of itself. It says very dreadful, for being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. So they looking at it like, man, this is what's going on. This is what's going on. You go into a dark room and whatnot and stuff, and you ain't flick no switches or touch nothing. You probably ain't even into the room yet. You just open the door, and then next you know, you got a bunch of little toys and whatnot, and they lighting up and they moving on their own and stuff, and they coming real fast to you. That's scary. That's scary. little dolls with real knives in their hand. They coming your way. That's scary. You people think that things is a game. You think it's a joke. You know? It says, it says, for being much terrified, they thought the things which they saw to be worse than the sight they saw not. You know? So it's gonna be scary, man. Scary. You know? It's gonna be, the scripture says, be not afraid, don't be afraid of sudden fear, but a lot of people gonna have sudden fear out of nowhere. The face pop up and be like, ha! You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be scared. You know what I'm saying? And you're gonna be like, oh, it was just a dream. It's just a dream. And then you wake up and it's not. He's like, yeah, you thought it was a dream, motherfucker, and stuff, and they still there, messing with you. And then you wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you pinching yourself, you touching yourself, you trying to see if you alive and whatnot and stuff, And you probably make a few couple of steps in your day and stuff, and then next they be like, and they scare you again and stuff, and it's like you thought it was a dream again. Demons have power to do these things and stuff, So you woke and you about and stuff. Imagine if you hear something heavy from a distance and it's dark, and you don't know you don't know where it's coming from, but you just know that it's coming closer to you. You know what I'm saying? You hear doom, 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 and it sounds like it might be a T-Rex on its way, but dinosaurs more than likely probably wasn't even real. You know what I'm saying? But what you hear doom, doom, doom. You know what I'm saying? Like it be on Jurassic Park. And then next the momentum builds up. Doom, 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 doom. And you like, how people like they kind of walk backwards and stuff. You know what I'm saying? Before they build up the suspense to start running completely. You know what I'm saying? And you start, and then next it's doom, 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 doom. And it's loud and it's heavy, and you feel the vibrations on the ground, but you don't see what's coming your way and stuff. And then you hear doom, 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 doom. You're going to be scared, man. You're going to be scared. Let you be in the forest and that happens and stuff, and then a couple of trees just break out of nowhere and stuff. That's going to be enough to scare the shit out of you. It's going to be enough to scare you. And this stuff is finna happen, and it's not happened yet, but it's gonna happen. Well, it's happening now, but it's gonna happen on a higher scale. If Michael the archangel, according to Daniel's 12:1 and stuff, is gonna step in just so he can protect the elect, the 144,000, which consists of 12,000 men, each of 12 tribes of Israel, the government body, and the rest of the 1/3, which consists of men, women, and children who are Israelites, who believe no matter how they look, who convert and keep the law, statutes, commandments to the best of their ability, mingle with faith, repenting every single day. You know what I'm saying? If the angels, you know what I'm saying, for protection is going to come to protect us, then what you think the angels that's going to do to try to attack us and whatnot? Well, you think they just going to be like, all right, shoot, we did our job. That's the end of my shift and whatnot. No, they going to be down here too then. Right? And it says, verse 7, it says, all for the illusions are of art of magic, they were put down, and their vaunting in wisdom was reproved with disgrace. Now this is keep reading. It says, for they that promised to drive away, promised to drive away terrors and troubles from a sick soul, or sick themselves of fear, worded to be laughed at. It says, for though no terrible thing did fear them, yet being scared with beasts that pass by and hissing of serpents, and it says, right? So, you hear a rattlesnake, you know what I'm saying? You know, shaking his tail and whatnot and stuff. You know, doing the twerk of death. You know what I'm saying? You know, the twerk of death, and it's over there shaking this end of this tail and whatnot and stuff, warning you getting too close, but you can't see where it's at. You know, and you getting close and stuff, and it's ready to strike. You know, or yes, you know, even even in like little we can hear monkeys and whatnot and stuff. You can hear birds, you know what I'm saying, you know, making their noise and stuff, and that'd be enough to scare you because you don't know what's going on. And it says, verse 10, it says, they died for fear, denying that they saw the air which could of no side be avoided. You know, so it says they died for fear. It says denying that they saw air which could of no side be avoided and stuff. So it's gonna be some scary stuff out here, man. You know, very, very scary, man. You know, and these demons are gonna be working on you. And the higher you are in the spirit, the higher the demon's gonna be. And guess what? We supposed to grow so we can be able to fight off these different spirits. You know what I'm saying? You know, so what you think the Lord? Because the Lord is actually amping up the different demons and stuff, even on these 2/3 of Israel. He's amping them up. You know, well, they catching them and whatnot. Straight bullet, wrong place, wrong time. You know, and then what else? You know, in the movie that I wanted to bring up was called The Prince of Egypt. When it's going to Moses and Ramsey and whatnot, they were supposed to be brothers with the woo. You know what I'm saying, right? And you know, during the time of the Passover, which is coming up on May 26th, and it's a week, it's a whole week, 7 days. Unleavened bread, you're not supposed to eat, right? No leavened bread, no leavened bread. You supposed to eat unleavened bread, meaning food with no yeast. You know what I'm saying, in it. You know, affirming agents. You know what I'm saying? You know, and not everything, you know, it has have ferment agents and stuff that's yeast based, but you know, still be careful, you know. But the Passover is on its way, you know, and what happened in Passover in that movie and stuff, when they put the blood of the lamb on their doorpost and whatnot and stuff, right? There was a spirit and was roaming through, and they was trying to check and see who. It was a spirit of vengeance, right? And the spirit was trying to check and see who had the blood on the post. Now all the Israelites did, but when it came down to the Egyptians, you know what I'm saying? Ramses, which was Pharaoh at that time and stuff, according to the scriptures. But in the movie, he was Ramses and stuff. You know, he became Pharaoh and stuff after his father died. But in the movie, and when that happened and stuff, you know, the cartoon is what I'm speaking of. When that happened, his son was sleeping, you know, and spirit was just taken away. Spirit was just taken away from him and whatnot and stuff. You know, he drew his last breath, you know. And then they also showed a part where this spirit, you know, flew into people's cribs and whatnot and stuff, you know. And there was like a little boy and whatnot and stuff, or a little girl, whichever way, and walking with some bowl in their hands and stuff, and turned the corner, and then you saw the spirit come through and come out, and you saw the bowl fall and roll towards the doorway, meaning that the child died, you know. And it was a great cry amongst Egypt, you know. You know? Oh, if they on that shit, bro. They probably is. Nigga gone, they did that. They probably is. It's like it. But where was I? Right? So right? So verse 11 it says, "For wickedness condemned by her own witness is very timorous, and being pressed with conscience." It says all being pressed with conscience. It says always forecasting grievous things. It says for fear is nothing else but a betraying of secures with reason of a reason offer. You know what I'm saying? Because when you fear and stuff, you don't know what to do and stuff. When you fear, you don't know what to do. But when you know what to do and stuff, then there's no fear there. That's why the Lord says that He gives us the spirit. He gives us not the spirit to fear. You know what I'm saying? You know. You know. This spirit giving us the spirit of fear, but the spirit of power, man. So I'm gonna close off with this. This is Ephesians chapter 6, verse 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahshai, and in the power of his might. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness in high places. And let me get that celestial hierarchy. It says the order of angels, right? So principalities is demons, right? Verse 13, it says, wherefore take unto you the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. It says, stand therefore, having your loins girded about with truth, and having on the breastplate of righteousness. It says, and your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel of peace. Above all, taking the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked. It says, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yahweh by Shem Yahshai, right? And it says, praying always with all prayer and supplication in the Spirit, and watching thereunto with all perseverance and supplication for all saints. So here it is. This is the armor that we got to wear and whatnot and stuff, because guess what? Demons are on these people and stuff to come up against us, And once again, these people are drawn to be condemned. You know what I'm saying? They listen in, they spy in, they always trying to find some type of way to mess you up, trying to get you to leave, to do this and do that, right? You know, and they're the real ones bringing the affliction, because ain't nobody tell you to listen in. Ain't nobody tell you to do this, do that and stuff. Ain't nobody, all we did was tell you what you should do to avoid punishment and stuff, but yet they gonna keep coming against us. Why? Because remember, it says in this is Sirach or Ecclesiasticus in Apocrypha chapter 34 and 14, or it's 33 and 14. It says it's 33. It says I passed it. It says, good is set against evil, and life against death. So is the godly against the sinner, and the sinner against the godly. And of course, all of us are sinners when it comes down to the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? But those who's actually trying to change their lives, guess what? When you do that, you know what I'm saying? The people who don't want to change their lives and stuff, guess what they're going to do? They're going to come up against you. You know what I'm saying? You know, and that's them being persuaded by those demons. You know, that's them falling subject unto Satan. You know what I'm saying? You know, and they don't give a fuck about it. They don't care. You know, Scripture says in the book of Timothy's and stuff that some have turned over to Satan, and that's the majority of these people. Why? Because they love the world. You know, they love Christianity. They love Buddhism. They love Islam. They love shamanism. They love self-worship. They love atheism. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're haters of God, man. And then they can also be haters of those that the Lord represents, man. I mean, that they can also be haters of the men that the Lord represents, man. You know. So, you know, so this is going to be the deal, man. You know, it says, he said, verse 15, he says, so look upon all the works of the Most High, and there are two and two, one against another, you know. So, hey, these people and stuff, you know, that's of the world, man, they 2/3, man. That's all they are, 2/3. Both men, women, and children, fucking 2/3. You know what I'm saying? You know, and everybody, and the Lord knows who they are and stuff, and that's why their judgment is going to be very, very severe, you know. And when it comes down to men of the Lord and women of the Lord and stuff, you know, and children of the Lord, you know what I'm saying, can continue to keep fighting and whatnot and stuff, because hey, we gonna see the judgment upon our enemies and stuff, man, even if they are Israel, man, you know. So I hope this video was edifying. I'd like to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahshua HaRachakodash, double honors to apostles, great millstone, and salutations to elect, which we hope to be, and a bar, Kwam Yasharallah. Bitch ass.